The Airbnb bust is upon us. The Airbnb bubble is popping. This could be 2008 all over again. I am really scared of a real estate market crash, so I have positioned myself mostly in cash. My 2 rental properties, their value may disappear in a flash. Okay, I can't keep it up. But anyways, I'm really scared about this real estate market crash. There are many similarities to 2008, but there's a lot of things that are different. This isn't so much of a subprime crash. This could be an investment property crash. What do I mean by that? So, I could see prices falling over 50% in certain neighborhoods. That's an insane thing to say, right? Real estate only goes up. But let me explain. Again, I don't want this to happen, but I'm prepared for it. And I hope you prepare for it too, because this is about to get really, really crazy. There are somewhere between 20 or 30 million investment properties in the United States. We're talking homes. And just 1 million homes are for sale right now. So 20 to 30 million is a huge amount. I mean, if all those entered the market, the real estate market would just be a disaster and be dead. But that's not going to obviously happen. But even if just a small percentage of those enter the market, we could see some major damage. And we've been seeing that. In 2022, we've had homes in January inventory go from 630,000 and almost double in just about 5 months to 1.2 million. Yeah, it's teetered off a bit, but this is the new normal. And this has caused prices to collapse. I mean, you may have not seen it yet. You may be like, oh, prices are only down 5% or 10%, just a small correction. It's a race to the bottom. And at these interest rates, buyers are going to have to drop their prices at least 20%, maybe 30%. But let's get back on track about investment properties and Airbnbs. So we know that if these 20 or 30 million investment properties, if they start to be sold, or try to be sold, should I say, we could face a serious problem. But these investors may not be so likely to sell. Sure, in some cases they may. Let's first talk about that. We are having a rental price collapse. And you know, investors only invest for cash flow. Really, I mean, if you're investing for appreciation, in my opinion, you're doing it wrong. So these investors are investing for cash flow, and they need their rents to be higher than their expenses, so they make money. That's the whole point of investing, is to make money. But we are seeing rental prices actually go down, which is great for renters, but it's not so good for investors. Here in Dallas, where I am, we have had inventory for rentals go up 125% in the past 5 months. Prices are collapsing. That's good and that's bad. But if you're an investor, that's bad. So if your property is no longer cash flowing, you may want to sell. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, maybe you're just a big hedge fund and your LPs are like, yo, bro, please sell, we're going into a recession, I need money. So we could see these big hedge funds like BlackRock start to offload some properties. Those are the 2 things. And you know, like I said, even if 5% of those 20 or 30 million homes are put on the market, that can collapse the market. But there's something more important that I want to talk about. The Airbnb bubble, the Airbnb bust, the Airbnb apocalypse. Nobody is talking about this, and these super hosts are very, very likely to sell. They aren't sophisticated investors like myself. I'm kidding. But they aren't sophisticated investors. They're not long-term investors. These people are mostly speculators. It's about the short-term rental market. This is what scares me. And this is what I think can cause the next great housing market recession. These people can kick it off. This is wild. Let me tell you more about it. Here we go. There are about 2.5 million short-term rentals in the US. Most of those are Airbnbs. Now that may not sound like a lot when we're talking about 20 or 30 million rental properties. But here's the kicker. Most of these homes, some people estimate about 50%, were bought in the past few years. They were just bought. These people bought these homes at extremely elevated prices. Why is that a concern? Their properties are no longer making money. Let me show you some examples. Here we are on Twitter. Big shout out to Texas runner DFW. She is the lady who is really sounding the alarm bells for the Airbnb bust apocalypse that is upon us. She went into a Facebook group chat. She did some extremely great investigating. In a Facebook group chat only for Airbnb superhosts, there are a ton of complaints that their bookings are down and they are losing a ton of money. I mean, look at this example. This person posted, "What's going on with Airbnb? No bookings at all." Has anyone seen a huge decrease in bookings over the last 3 to 4 months? We went from at least 50% occupancy, which is good for an Airbnb. You don't need to rent it 100% like a normal property because you're making a lot more per day, to literally 0% the last 2 months. I'm just curious if this is something only going on with my property or if other people are seeing similar things. I'm in Palm Springs. That's actually funny. We're going to talk about that in a second. Where are you located? This is happening all around the country. Why is that? Well, there's a ton of reasons. We're entering a really bad recession, in my opinion. Argue with me all you want, whatever. I'm here to tell you what I think. I think people are finally starting to maybe save money. I think they got their entire travel fix out the past few years. They were locked up. They all did their traveling. There's a ton of reasons why, but the Airbnb bookings are down across the globe. And this trend, in my opinion, is going to continue. And I think the biggest cause of this is that we have too much supply and not enough demand. I mean, first off, Airbnbs just suck. I mean, you pay like $300 a night and then you get a bill of $2,000 for cleaning. I think people are tired of it. I think people are like, I'll just stay at a hotel. It's so much grief having to deal with Airbnb and these properties. I think that's one thing. And also, there are just too many Airbnbs and not enough bookers. I don't even know what you call them. That's the main problem because we've had speculation. We've had probably 1 million Airbnbs enter the US market in the past couple of years. Everyone thought, oh, I'll just make it rich and buy a ton of Airbnbs. Haven't you heard about those people who have 15 Airbnbs, 32 Airbnbs, and they're all flexing on you like, yo, I make so much money with my Airbnbs. It's ridiculous. It's a bubble and it is popping. And I'm going to tell you why it can crash the real estate market. But here's some really cool other facts that Texas runner DFW posts. We even got subprime loans for some of these Airbnb owners. What am I saying? They got loans like in 2008 where you had no limit on maximum loan amount of, here, look at this. Zero money down. No W-2 or tax return required. So these people are extremely likely to sell. They aren't most likely sophisticated investors. Let me flip back over to my main screen. They're most likely not sophisticated investors. They bought and now they're panicking because the price is falling of their property and they're not making any money. They're losing thousands and thousands of dollars a month on their property. They're just going to say, sell. They're going to try and sell it. And they're going to flood the market. And if they can't sell, what are they going to do? They're going to turn them into long-term rentals. They're just going to try renting them out. But a lot of them aren't in desirable long-term rental locations. A lot of them are in places where you sort of vacation, but not places where you want to live. You know what I mean? This is going to get really, really bad, everyone. Let me show you a few more examples.
2 years ago, I bought a house in Palm Springs and renovated it. And last January, I put it on Airbnb.
RIP. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Right? No hate to this Shelby Church lady. She seems really nice. She's extremely popular on YouTube. But she got caught up in the FOMO. She got caught up in the hype cycle. She bought an Airbnb because she heard that she can make a ton of money. And turns out it's not that easy to be a landlord. I've been struggling with it for 7 years. And it's extremely tough. Not everyone can do it. Especially Airbnbs. I could not even imagine owning an Airbnb. I die having to clean up after everyone. It's what a nightmare. But she messed up. And if you want to watch the rest of the video, she's losing thousands of dollars a month. We've all been there. I bought in the crypto at the highs. I got caught up in the FOMO. She got caught up in the FOMO of buying an Airbnb. If it happened to her, and she's pretty good in finance, imagine how many other people it happened to. Let's talk about what we just learned. There are a ton of investment properties on the market. Some of these investors may want to sell because rents are going down or they're a large hedge fund, they need to liquidate, whatever reason. Some of them may need to sell. But the people who are most likely to sell are these Airbnb owners. are these short-term rental owners. There are 2.5 million short-term rentals on the market. Some of these people got subprime loans. Some of these people got variable rate mortgages. So if they bought their Airbnb and they got a locked in a 2% mortgage, wow, what a great deal. Well, now they're at a 7%. They are screwed. They are no longer making money with their Airbnbs. They bought their Airbnbs right when everybody was traveling, everybody was getting their post-pandemic fix, and now it's over. And these people are going to do one of two things. I mean, yeah, I guess they could keep their Airbnb, but if these people are losing thousands of dollars a month, odds are they aren't going to keep their Airbnb. They're going to turn it into a long-term rental, or they're going to try and sell it. And let me explain to you why that can be so devastating to the real estate market. Again, 2.5 million short-term rentals. Right now, we have a housing inventory of a little bit over 1 million. We've seen inventory increase about 600,000, and it has devastated the real estate market. I don't care if it's homes for sale or just rentals, they both cause a collapse in real estate prices. Because let's quickly think about this. If the amount of rentals on the market increase, that means rental prices go down. And if rental prices go down, for an investor to need to buy that property, they need a price to go down substantially. Again, it's all about cash flowing. So if rental prices go down, home prices have to follow for an investor to buy that home. So any way around it, rentals increasing or homes for sale increasing, it will cause prices to go down. Now, we've seen, like I said, about 600,000 homes for sale go on the market. Can the Airbnb bubble, bust, whatever you want to call it, cause an additional 600,000? I think so. Let's just play with some numbers. Like we said many times, 2.5 million short-term rentals. Let's say 50% of these were bought recently. And these people are really eager to get the heck out of their terrible investment. 50% of these people need to do something. I think that's very fair. We're only seeing 25% of total. If most of these people are losing money, you don't think maybe 25% need to back out? And they could back out by keeping their property and just renting it out or selling it. That's an additional 600,000 homes on the market. Yes, some will be for sale, some will be rentals. But this can kick off the major collapse in the market. These people start selling, and then boomers start selling, and then people who are unemployed start selling. Now normal investors start selling, and hedge funds start selling. People with second homes start selling. Your dogs, anyways, you guys get it. I am really concerned because out of everybody in the world, people who own their homes, they don't want to sell their house. They locked in maybe a 3% mortgage, right? And they need to live there. But investors, they don't really care about their 3% mortgage. It's just a number for them to maximize cash flow. And if rent prices are going down and they are no longer cash flowing, no matter what 3%, 1%, negative 8% mortgage they have, it doesn't matter. They will sell. And the people who are most likely to sell are these short-term rental owners. I am worried. What do you think? Do you think the Airbnb bust is a real deal? I want you to tell me. Hit that subscribe button. Hit it.